Hello, how are you? It's Kirsty and it is early November, and I thought I'd just give you a bit of an update with SOFest. So the first good news is it's definitely going to happen. We have sold 37 tickets in the early bird round of sales. We have 6 speakers confirmed. We have about 10 of the workshop hosts nearly confirmed. We have a team of volunteers. We have the trusted advisors in place who've been working in the background with me to bring this to life. We have a media partner in the form of the Training Journal who are going to be speaking about SOFest and what it stands for and sharing across their platforms, all things SOFest. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a roller coaster since I last spoke about this. September was a flurry of activity whilst I was traveling to get assets, to get a website built, to get social media created, and emails written. And I just want to say a very public and big thank you to Emily, who's part of the School of Facilitation team. She did all the hard work in bringing that and creating that. I also want to acknowledge Tony Finnemore, who is the project manager working with me on this. So Tony, this is her thing. She creates festivals. It is a job, people. And so Tony has been advising on how to make things happen and liaising with the site. We have a beautiful site. It is in Essex. It is called Branning Brothers. You can go and look at their website. We'll put a link in the show notes. And it's going to go ahead, whatever. I have to say October was a month of me when I was at my desk looking at our inboxes and refreshing, praying that people would buy a ticket. And I was giving wise counsel from Laurence, who is one half of the Happy Startup business, and they run a beautiful event called Summer Camp, which I really recommend checking out. It happens in September. It's awesome. It's for entrepreneurs. It's a bit of like a holiday camp, home away from home. And he was like, look, people will buy the tickets first thing, like that first week, and then it'll go quiet. And then just before the doors are closed, you'll have a flurry of activity. He was so right. So like the graph was like up, and then it went down, a few little bobbles like this, and then it went up and then up. So yeah, it's happening. How did I feel in October? I felt, okay. There was a real knowing that it was the right thing to do. Someone wrote to me in social media land and said, God, aren't you brave? That's how I interpreted their voice. And it reminded me of a time of 2007 when I had resigned from Diageo and I was going to go and work for myself. And I had no idea what I was letting myself in for coming into this freelance solopreneur land. And when this person said, aren't you brave? I was just like, no, this is really obvious. And the reason it felt really obvious back in 2007 was my actions were aligned with my values. And I think the same is true right now. Like, it feels really natural to be bringing SOFest to life. It feels really obvious that this is a place, a space that people need and want at this time. They want that connection. They want community. They want to be with other people. They want to do their own learning. They want to have great conversations. They want to expand themselves. So all is good. Tickets are still available. You can still buy them. The ambition is to definitely have 110 people in the field. If you are interested in coming, the link is in the show notes. You can go and buy. If you're listening to this in November, there will be a 7-part payment plan. So it'll make it nice and accessible. And then after Christmas, there will be probably some birthday presents because my birthday's in January. Anyway, that's where we're at with SOFest. So it's early November as you're listening to this right now. It is all systems go. The next thing I've got to do is find sponsors. So I would love some sponsors. If you're listening to this and your target market is entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, freelancers, maybe something that you do with trainers and facilitators, I would love to have that conversation. Anyway, drop us a line. Are you coming? Are you thinking of coming? Do you want to know more? And I hope to see you in the field in June 2025.